Okay, this is Scott Wolf, and I haven't done a video for quite a while, so I want to have a special guest with this video. And I want to say this is one of my favorite coaches at USC. I would call him Lane Kiffin with the personality, but I think that's still kind of an insult to this guy. So this is Kevin O'Neill, USC basketball coach. Wasn't expecting that intro, but that's okay, because
one of my favorite writers.
Yes, I was just going to ask you, who's the craziest writer you deal with around here?
No question, you. Your text messages are second to none.
All right, I take that as a high compliment, by the way. Lane Kiffin won't return my text messages, so, you're above him. Let's start off with a good question. Who's the most, in your long coaching career, who is the most delusional player you've ever coached?
The most delusional player I've ever coached.
I know, that's a hard one. I mean,
I was in the NBA now for 10 years.
You can name an NBA guy.
I see it a lot at the college level where guys are delusional. Like many guys in our league think they're going to be in the NBA when very few are. And when I hear guys talk about the NBA, it's almost like that guy's delusional, that guy's delusional. The most delusional, it's hard to say. I think there's been many.
Do you want to name one that you coached at Arizona at one time, or maybe Tennessee, or?
No, I better not name names.
There wasn't any at Northwestern because they don't make the NBA.
Evan Eshmar made it. He made
Okay.
it. He made it. He played for me.
Okay.
And he wasn't delusional. He made his $30 million and got out.
Okay, well, I stand corrected. How about Marquette? Anyone delusional at Marquette?
I had a kid, Ronnie Eford, who the first week he was there in practice, he was from Brooklyn, really good player, starter for us. I was on his ass about not taking a charge. He goes, I could mess up my pro career. So at that point I said, this guy's not quite sure what he's thinking right now in his first week as a freshman.
That's good. And you stayed in coaching.
I did stay in coaching.
Despite that incident.
I did. I stayed in coaching, and despite a lot of incidents.
Yes. We won't talk about the Tennessee era because I don't want to get you in trouble or rehash any bad memories.
No, we're not going back there.
How'd that feel beating Tennessee, though, when you got to go back there? That must have been fun.
It was great to get a road win against the top 20 team, but it's always good to, I know a lot of people there. The night before we had dinner with tons of guys, so it was good to see everybody, but it was also great to get that win.
Did you flip anyone off, like
No.
waving the
I didn't
or anything?
I don't do any. I haven't done any of that in a long time.
Okay. Darn.
Yeah.
I was hoping
No,
maybe you'd
no,
do that
no,
at the
no.
Pac-10 tournament this week.
No, we're not gonna do that either.
Okay. What is your favorite restaurant in LA since you moved down here? You're
My
a
favorite
downtown
restaurant?
LA guy.
We go to the Palm an awful lot downtown. It's right by our house. Arashi Sushi, we do that right next to our place. We oftentimes go to a place called Obar.
Okay.
And then if we're just watching games and drinking beers, we go to Big Wayne.
So I just gave you guys like a roadmap to downtown LA. If you're not from LA, write that down. When you come out here, you can go to all those places and bring a credit card, a gold card, probably, right?
Tip big too.
Yeah, that too. Say Kevin O'Neill sent you.
Yeah. No, just charge it.
Yeah, that's what I do. What about, are you a little nervous at all about the Pac-10 tournament? Kind of a one and done atmosphere. Does that get you a little more uptight?
We kind of been in a one and done mode for about 3 or 4 weeks now. So hopefully our guys who've played under some pressured situations will react well. It's going to be the first time for a lot of these guys playing major minutes in the tournament. Like Nick, Al, none of those guys, we couldn't play in it last year. Marcus, Dante. Marcus played some major minutes a couple years ago. And then those freshmen haven't played any minutes. So Gio hasn't played any minutes. So we have a lot of new guys playing in the tournament for the first time. So it'll be interesting to see how they react.
Now, you told me last week you thought a good idea for next year would be to have doubleheaders at the Galen Center with UCLA.
Actually, I think it would be a great idea. I don't know. I'm not sure either school would go for it.
Right.
But I'm just trying to figure a way to get people in here for 4 hours and 2 games.
You think that would help increase attendance, right?
It might. Yeah, it might.
Do you think UCLA would go for that?
No, I don't think they would at all. I guess I was just brainstorming.
It's good. It puts the pressure on them, though, to come up with a better idea.
Yeah, they won't do it, I don't think.
What about if they gave out bobbleheads every game? Would that increase it?
They got to get the size of the bobbleheads up a little bit.
How big was your bobblehead, by the way?
It was a miniature. It's one of the smallest. Actually, it's the smallest I've ever seen.
And then I wanted to ask you, do you think any of your assistant coaches will get ejected from a game this season, kind of like at UTEP a couple weeks ago?
I would hope no one gets ejected, including myself. But no, our guys haven't. I don't think Bob or Dieter or Tony would get ejected.
They wouldn't wave their hands up in the air when they got ejected to the crowd either.
I hope they don't get ejected.
All right, I think we've talked long enough about meaningless stuff, so thank you for watching the video, and thank Kevin O'Neill, my favorite coach, who is not like Kevin with a personality. He's more than that. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.